Take the laughs. See, that was a good one to say.
I'm not canceling you or anything. Don't
Oh,
worry.
appreciate it. That was a good joke. Wholesome joke.
Welcome to a depressing episode of the Puro Pinche Sports Podcast. Apparently, I'm your host today for whatever reason. There's someone said I had contractually have to be here today to have this wiki episode. So fuck it, I'm here. I'm your host, Jose Garza, and of course, I'm a Patriots fan who just saw the team fucking get their ass whooped on Super Bowl 60. I feel like the damn Panthers right now, Super Bowl 50. But anyways, guys, I'm here joined by my boy, the Professor Alex Cruz, the host of the People's Debate, Mill to Win, my boy Jeff, as in Jeff D. Lujan, because my God, I can't fucking say a word right now to save my goddamn motherfucking life. And of course, we got After Further Reviews podcast's own Malin, who is the only true Seattle Seahawks fan here. Don't get it twisted with Jeff's shirt. It is only Malin who is here to celebrate the Seattle Seahawks getting their second Super Bowl victory of a rematch or a redemption against the New England Patriots. So welcome, fellas. Welcome to another episode.
This episode's going to suck. I'm going to already put it out there. But
thanks,
like it up, everybody. Like it up. Subscribe.
All right. Well, guys, obviously Super Bowl 60 happened this past weekend. So I'm just going to go ahead and Malin, who got to see his team beat us 29-13, go ahead and sound off, brother. How you feeling about the win? How you feeling about getting vengeance? And all that good stuff. How are you doing, brother?
After having to sit 11 years with Super Bowl 49, I can say that it always feels better when the last Super Bowl you played, you won. And I never felt like I had the opportunity to really enjoy the Super Bowl 48 win because a year later we lost in such dramatic fashion. And so to get to this Super Bowl where I still personally feel that both teams were like a year early, a little like we got there quicker than what I think we even expected our teams would. I was telling you guys before the show that, yes, I was excited, but there was more relief when the game was over. I felt like the fourth quarter was long enough for an entire football game in and of itself. When it got to 19-0, I was like, all right, it's done. Then you guys scored a touchdown in like a minute, and I was like, it's bullshit. We're just going to keep stressing. But when the clock hit 0, I was like, all right, I don't have to think about Super Bowl 49 anymore. So it feels good. It feels good. I'm about $400 something deep in merch that I've paid for. So the NFL, you gotta my ass on how expensive everything is. Buying my 2 kids' Super Bowl shirts cost me $80 alone for 2 shirts they're going to grow out of in a year. But yeah, I'm glad I made bets on the Super Bowl is what I'm saying, because that paid for that.
Yeah. They don't.
We're trying to cancel Fanatics for all the bullshit they're doing over here. You're keeping them fucking alive, Malin. So, fuck you for that.
And that $400 purchased exactly 8 items.
That's not
how
good.
expensive.
That's
50 per fucking no.
That's a lot. Yeah. No deal. No deals. No clearance. Nothing like that.
Next thing you know, he's gonna go to www.shop.com and go get him a Super Bowl title that has the Seahawks logos on it. Jesus.
Don't give him ideas. He might just do it. He bets a lot.
There you go. Well, but real quick comments here. Konnichiwa, Jay-Z. What up, Joseph? Winning a Super Bowl in a division open house is goated. Yeah, they won it in Levi Stadium, so that helps.
What a flex. Malin, when I saw that they were, and I realized that they were in the 49ers locker room, blowing up with smoke, that's the biggest flex I think I've ever seen.
Hey, that's how week 1 should be. Seahawks versus Niners now.
It should. It really should.
It's the path that we took that really makes it satisfying, having beating the Niners, beating the Rams, and then avenging Super Bowl 49 by beating the Patriots while doing it in Levi Stadium. The only thing that can make it better is if somehow we end up beating the Steelers in the Super Bowl next year. It's in SoFi. So that would be ridiculous. It's not.
Who's the quarterback? Who's gonna be the quarterback?
Well, I don't know who their quarterback is going to be.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm just saying that'd be perfect for me. Make up for Super Bowl 40 while we're at it.
And if it's Aaron Rodgers, he can't lead a team to a Super Bowl in 2020. So come on now. Ain't that right, Jeff?
You never know. You never know.
No.
Yeah,
we know. No, we know, Jeff. We know. Well, go ahead, Jeff. Since we know you're only here to roast me, mainly, not you, Milton. Go ahead. Take your shots in. Go ahead and tell us your team one more time. Go ahead, Jeff. Go right ahead.
Do it. Do it.
I'll sneak them in through the pod. I don't got nothing right now, but like from an outsider's perspective, I didn't have a dog in the fight. Yeah, like we did our predictions. I thought Seattle was going to win handily, and like I told Trey, me and Trey went to the Spurs game on Saturday. I really thought, if Bo Nix was healthy, I think Denver would have been in there and it would have been a closer Super Bowl. That's just from an outside perspective. And Seattle had been dominant, right? They had a real good defense, a real good offense. They looked like they were the better team, the best team. I thought the Rams and Seattle game was the Super Bowl. And I think this, looking at the game, it could have been a little closer, but it just wasn't. And it is, a lot of people were saying it was the worst or whatever, but that's football, right? You have a real good team, real good defensive team. They did pretty well against Sam Darnold. The kind of Walker had his way, and they did miss a lot of opportunities. The New England defense was good, but I think the being balanced on both offense and defense, Seattle just was able to run away with it.
Just remember, watch what you say, Jeff. I know this is yours. Just watch what you say in this chat right now throughout this show.
Hey, is that a fancy football trophy? That's a nice trophy.
Right?
Jeff is the new winner or the current champion right now. So there you go, Jeff. There's your name right there. In the middle as well.
And I had Sam Darnold on my team. He didn't play in the playoffs, but he was on my bench he got me through the regular season. He did his job.
Oh, real quick. I am good. All these dudes have unk status. First of all, what age is unk status? I need to know. I am a father. I am an uncle. But what age is unk status? I just need to know. I know Jeff is probably right there. Alex is actually not unk in any way. He's still a baby girl.
Is it didn't they say 35 and older? Or no, am I wrong?
Is it really 35 and older?
I think it's in the mid-30s.
Well,
he said 30 plus?
Yeah, a lot of people say that.
Wow.
Fuck.
Yep.
I guess I am.
Yeah.
You had me at 35 and older because I just hit 35. God damn, Jeff.
Yeah.
I am cooked. You better be subscribed for that shit. That's kind of funny.
If unk status is 30 plus, I must be grandpa status at damn near 45.
No,
okay.
You're cochino status. That's what you are right now, dude. All right, Alex, take your chops at us, brother. Go ahead and tell us how you're feeling. You want to roast me and Milton, however, do whichever you want. That's fine.
Real quick, so hopefully you go easy on me, Chi-Town. I want to give credit where it's due. He said the biggest X factor was going to be the run game, and I think he called it. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, the Patriots sucked. It was a waste of time. I told you guys that I was going to be mad, and I'm mad.
Yeah. Right on.
So whenever they whenever there's a football game on and I watch it with my family, of course everybody asks me like, what do you think? How do you think it's gonna go? I was like, I picked the Patriots to win, but like if you're a logical football person, would definitely pick Seattle. I only picked the Patriots because I thought there could be an upset, but I told him, this game could be before the kickoff. I was like, this game could be 40-0 before halftime. To tell you the truth, and it should have been. It probably should have been 40-0 because they say Patriots defense was there were so many blown coverages that Sam Darnold could have hit. I mean, luckily he just missed them, and man, it was all around. I think it was a terrible Super Bowl. As far as being a Patriots, if you're a Patriots fan, but Seattle dominated from the opening kick. I believe so. I
think for me, Sam Darnold validated why I wanted the Seahawks and not the Rams, Because if it was Matthew Stafford,
Right.
I don't think those blown coverages are going to be missed targets. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it would have been a lot worse if it had been Sam Darnold with Puka or Devontae. So that's why Sam is why I wanted the Seahawks.
No,
honestly.
I mean,
I'm saying me. I'm not saying for no one else.
But Stafford was like that too during the playoffs. So
yeah, with 2 weeks to prepare, though, I think he would have been better than what Sam performed on Sunday. That's why I wanted the Seahawks more than them facing the Rams. Yeah, I feel like it would have been 40-0 at halftime.
Needless to say, though, I mean, Walker just fucking ran his ass off running that zone offense that they run with Kubiak. The Kubiaks have always done that. I don't know if you guys remember Arian Foster whenever he played for the Texans.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was Kubiak that like ran the same system, and that's basically what Seattle did. And Arian Foster became like a name in people's homes, you know. And like if you watch they ran the same offense Sunday, and it looked great. I mean, I know people were saying the Patriots they're not gonna give up 80 yards. I think fucking Walker had 80 yards in the first half.
Yeah,
Walker was killing.
He had like 99 in the first half.
Yeah. I hit that over on that Walker. Easy. It was like 72.5. I got that like midway through the second quarter.
Yeah.
You know what's weird though? Like I know that Walker played a good game, but did it feel like Walker rushed for the most yards any running back has had in the Super Bowl since Terrell Davis? Because that's what he did. It's
right.
Like,
that title is right. It doesn't
weird,
seem right.
To have that many, because I felt like he had a good game, but when it all was said and done, I was like I don't know. I guess I can't remember any other running back that's had like a really great game. Maybe it's because he didn't have any touchdowns. But it just felt a little weird to me that he had that many rushing yards. And there's only been, I think, 6 running backs in the last 25 years to even crack 100 yards in the Super Bowl. So it was really strange to kind of see the running game kind of be front and center. Until the fourth quarter when Drake May set a Super Bowl record for passing yards in a quarter. That's kind of crazy. 235 in garbage time. But,
Goat.
He was playing after his role model, Aaron Rodgers. So it makes sense that's what happened.
Like he scored the same amount of points as Tom Brady in 2019. So I think y'all gonna have to start calling him the GOAT as well.
You guys remember that? You guys remember
we won that one though.
Remember that run that Walker had at the end of the game that got called back?
Mm-hmm.
That cost me like $60, man, because I had a bet that Walker would have 50 yards rushing in the first half and 50 yards rushing in the second half, and he was at 36 yards in the second half. And when he broke for it, I was like, want some more money? And then I saw the flag, and I was like, oh, man.
Most rushing yards in a Super Bowl game and still belong to Timmy Smith at 204.
Wild.
We'll never see that again. I don't think so. Not with this crop of football. Milton, you got any words for the obituary for the family since the Patriots died?
The Patriots, the Seattle Seahawks show that they were the better team everywhere, every single place. Both of us defensively applied pressure on the other quarterback, but one quarterback turned it over and one didn't. You know what I mean? So, like Chi-Town said, Sam missed a couple throws for sure. It should have had, I think, a pick or two, but he didn't. And he got out of so many sacks.
That first drive.
Oh yeah, Milton Williams got home maybe twice. Chazon got home with hands on Sam, and did not take him down. So it's all credit to Seattle, man. I think we played bad offensively, but in all honesty, you kind of saw it. If I really was being consistent on how I felt about Seattle's defense, which I've been on record saying I thought they were the second best in the NFL, I should have possibly saw this. But I thought Sam wasn't good, and I think we can put that to bed. I got a different – it's great, it's different, but nobody could say Sam Darnold's not good.
He didn't lose in the game. That's all.
And we said that – we talked about that earlier, right? So, yeah.
You say he didn't lose this the game, but that first pass, guys, that first throw
on the money.
If that ended up being a pick six, that very first throw, like they ran for 10 yards to the left and then would walk.
Oh, yeah.
That second play, he throws it like breaking right out of the slot. I thought that was going to be an interception. Like
it was right there. Was it the completed pass or the?
Yeah. The one to Marcus Jones missed it
right through your defender's hand.
Yes,
and then he ran it. Like seriously, like I think my butt clenched so tight I got a hemorrhoid from it. Like I was like, this cannot be the way this game is going to be. I was like,
and he made a couple, and he made a couple of those kind of throws. That specifically, I remember, and we didn't take advantage. And unfortunately, being I think one of the best coached defenses this year, we had the league's best missed tackle rate. Like we didn't miss a lot of tackles with coaching and all that. I think that's the two with that. But in the Super Bowl, that wasn't there. So
we miss everybody.
Yeah, it is what it is. Seattle did their thing, especially defensively.
I'd say overall, I know in the end, at first I was like baffled that everyone said we would lose by 14 points or more, right? Well, obviously, in the end, we still did. But damn, for 3 quarters, 12-0. I mean, it's not just boring because we're punting 7 times in a row. It's also boring because Seattle can't fucking finish us off in the damn first 3 quarters like they needed to. So it's like, damn, no one's scoring. And why the MVP did not go to the kicker, I still don't know. Respectfully, I know. Walker.
I think it's that record. It's that record thing, and it's it has to be a.
Hey, but
it's never been to a kicker. I don't think anyway.
One time, right?
One time. Okay.
Yeah.
Or even that punter who put y'all like on the 1-3 times.
Nah, he's the highest paid punter for a reason. Every time he did that.
Our special teams was great. I mean, we spend more money on our kicker and punter than anybody else in the league, and it showed.
Look, right, exactly. I agree. That punter had us in bad positions all the time. And shout out to Mike McDonald for keeping. Because with Seattle, you can understand this, Malin, that y'all, Houston, and I forget the other team, but I'll remember it, were on 4th down, you barely went for it. You get points. Points is points, or we're punting. You know what I mean? And y'all kept that going in the Super Bowl. Y'all didn't get sweet. You didn't do any changing. You kept the conservativeness up. And, yeah, no, you had to. Looking at the way our offense was playing and how y'all's defense was playing, why not pick it and have us have bad field position?
And you notice as the game went on, Sam Darnold stopped trying to force the ball into tighter windows and started playing a lot more conservative because he was like, well, we're up. I have no reason to believe that we're not going to stay up. So then he wasn't throwing those tight passes. And I mean, I will say this. I said this on our podcast right after the game. Which shout out to Jalen Brown, who's my co-host on After Further Review, getting on the show with me 10 minutes after the Super Bowl ended. Big Patriots fan. I felt bad for him. We've been friends for years. I was really impressed with New England's defense. I really was. I could not figure out if the New England defense was a product of playing average offenses in bad weather or playing bad teams in the regular season, or were they really elite or top 5? Because I always heard from Patriots fans for 3 weeks, well, we didn't score a lot of points because the weather was bad. But then when you talk about the defense, they were like, no, our defense was elite. It had nothing to do with the weather. And I was like, well, it kind of goes both ways a little bit. But that defense showed up, man. There was not a lot. Now, the running game, we had you on the running game.
Yep.
But there wasn't anything easy happening in the passing game for over 3 quarters. And so I got to give you guys kudos on that.
I know why. I mean, they wouldn't get away from too high for the whole fucking game. I mean, I was texting their group chat. I'm like, why are they still in too high and they're getting their ass gashed in the run game?
Yeah.
And I mean, they couldn't. Obviously, they're gonna go too high because they could not keep up with the speed that Seattle had. And I understood it. Like, okay, you're gonna stay too high because you don't want to give up the big plays. Because at that time, JSN was still before JSN got hurt. And then I think whenever he started, like, whenever he went back to the locker room, you started seeing was it Hawkins, one of y'all's safety? What's his name?
No, yeah,
Hawkins.
Hawkins, you got it right.
Hawkins started playing more in the box a little bit, but still, like they still try to stop the run, but they still try to stop the pass, but they couldn't. The run was too high, and it was. I mean, I was mad because I'm like, you're getting gashed. Why are you still too high?
So you were trying to force Seattle to beat you in a way that they weren't going to normally beat you, or at least they weren't winning most of the season, right? Like it's obviously been the JSN show all year long, right? He didn't get 1,600 plus yards for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're gonna beat us, it was to force your hand and make y'all run the ball more. And fuck it, the one thing that the Seattle Seahawks did that the other three teams that we played in the playoffs did, they ran the ball very well. Freaking Le'Veon Bell in his 6 feet under in his grave is thinking that Kenneth Walker showed that patience rushing game.
Boy,
but
was that pissing you off, Jose? That was pissing me off.
Of course. but if you were against the Steelers and Le'Veon Bell doing that back in the 2010s, you felt the same way then too. So
yeah,
I get it. But I mean, he did his job, right? 27 carries, 135. It almost went for a fucking $180, but they brought it back because of a hold. So thank God.
Biggest thing we did was no stupid turnovers.
That was a big thing, right? Y'all didn't turn over once in any of the 3 games in the postseason. So, look, we lost because we forced your head to run the ball, and fuck it, y'all ran the ball efficiently, and it worked out for y'all. And there's nothing negative to say about Seattle. I think Seattle did great. Milton, you're right. I think Sam did good. 50% completion, 202, one pass, took only 1 sack, avoided a lot because you're right. Milton got back there a couple of times. Barmore tried to get there a couple of times, and nobody could really touch him. And so he did enough to keep him alive. So, and that was the thing too. They brought out the stats today about the time in the pocket and for each quarterback, and they had the same amount of time. And Sam was just a better quarterback. Drake did not play well at all. So
100% agree.
As much as I want to blame it also on just the O-line, I can't blame it on the O-line. Drake did not recognize the blitzing coming. Every fucking 3rd and long, they came at him full force, and he couldn't tell where they were coming from, and that's frustrating because obviously next week we got our QB rankings, and
already made changes.
Yeah, so if Alex, you want to make changes, Jeff, you never made a list because you wanted to make sure
I'm
the Dak was 40, and I wasn't gonna let you. Fucking dickhead.
I'm gonna leave it the way it is.
No fun.
Because you want to put Dak at 40.
I will say no, fine. I will say, even the mind-boggling thing, which I have to give credit to Seattle's defense and the entirety of how they structured all of this, is even when Drake had a clean pocket, he was not playing like he was in the regular season. In a clean pocket, most quarterbacks are pretty clean with. Drake was not. He missed a couple throws as well, just because he was probably seeing ghosts. Shout out to Sam Darnold. And that was the pressure, like you said, Osei, both quarterbacks had dealt with almost the same amount of pressure. One quarterback was more efficient. The other one kind of was seeing ghosts. Unfortunately, tables turned. So.
Any thoughts, Jeff, you want to throw out there about the game that you wanted to talk about that we haven't discussed yet?
Nah, you hit it. Like I was just gonna mention, it's weird that Seattle didn't turn over the ball after Sam Darnold did lead the league, right, in interceptions during the regular season, and how he turned that around for the playoffs. They did play very conservative, very smart, but that's impressive, right? That's insane to do that on the bigger stage in the playoffs. That's pretty cool.
Very cool. Great.
Malin, let me ask you this. Obviously, you're excited, 2-time champs and all that. What's the future looking like for Seattle? Obviously, y'all have a lot of cap space, but Kenneth Walker is also a free agent. You're also looking to bring in some other people, other pieces and stuff like that. And the betting odds are already out. Y'all are the favorites right now, tied with the Rams to win Super Bowl 61. How are you feeling?
Yeah, well, I don't like being tied for being the favorite because that means I can't put a $10 bet down plus 6,000 for the Seahawks to win the Super Bowl like I did in August. So that'll be a nice little slip I cash in Vegas in June. But all right, so we have I think $66 million in cap space.
76.
But we have Walker. That's a free agent. You have Charbonnet coming off an ACL, so you have running back questions. So I imagine that we'll try to re-sign Walker, but he had one of the better postseasons that a running back has had in the last 20 years. So I think he might get priced out. Beyond that, on defense, you got Kobe Bryant. You have Hall, you have Woolen. I mean, Jesus, you love to hate the guy. He'll do some great things, and he'll do things that just make you want to pull your hair out that I don't have enough of to be pulling out. And also Rashid Shaheed is a free agent. So I think we have like 7 notable players with over 70 million cap space. Do I think we'll be able to sign some of them? Yeah. But what I really put my faith in is John Schneider, our GM, in drafting. Since 2022, he has drafted, I think, 11 or 12 starters on the team. He's been unbelievable. And that's what you got to do to be able to stay great in this league in the free agency market. You got to be able to let go, like not pay top dollar for everybody that's a free agent. You got to be able to draft some people to come up behind them. So I like it. I'm not going to say that, we're going back to the Super Bowl next year. I would love if we did. I think it's funny that we're, like a favorite because we were plus 6,000 odds, like, Alex was saying earlier. We were one of the long shots to like win it this year. But it comes down to the fact we're still in the NFC West with McVay and with Shanahan. And yes, I know we seem to have Shanahan's number right now. And people always say, well, the Niners are going to come back healthy next year. The Niners are always hurt. They're going to be hurt every year. They're always going to be hurt. But it is just a really tough division. And so when you have such a talented team and you're winning more because of the whole of the team and not because you have some superstar quarterback that you're just paying a lot of money to, it's harder to keep that excellence up when you're going to have to lose some of those people because there's a lot more moving pieces versus just the constant of the quarterback. Like the Chiefs had it easy with Mahomes, where they could lose pieces and the best part of their team was still there, being the quarterback. That's not the case with a team like the Seahawks. But I don't know. I don't think I'm ready to really think about next year yet, to be honest with you. I'm really happy right now. I just want to be the defending Super Bowl champ for a while.
There you go. So celebrate the good times. Parade's tomorrow. Celebrate the good times. I don't think you'll make the parade. You should have instead of the 400 for the merch. You should have used the 400 to go out to Seattle for the parade.
I almost did. My stepdad is going to be there. Milton, G Money. He's going to be there.
Okay.
At the parade, so that's going to be cool. But I'll also tell you guys, in my opinion, outside of the NFC West, the one team that I think that could give us a run for our money is the Chicago Bears. I think that's the one team giving Caleb Williams another year. Ben Johnson, I don't care about the NFC East. I don't care about the Eagles. I'm not worried about the Lions losing all their coaches and stuff like that. If you were to ask me outside of the Seahawks and Rams, I think like the Bears are, if the Seahawks and Rams are a 1A, 1B, then like, in my opinion, the Bears are going to come into this next year as like a 2A plus, if that makes sense. Like they're going to be pretty close, but they're going to have to handle those expectations, which could be different, but that's another team I got my eye on. Like, damn, like they're getting it together at a good time.
Jeff, as a long, faithful faithful Cowboys fan. How do you feel about DeMarcus Lawrence choosing to leave Dallas?
Thank you.
I quote, Dallas is my home, but I know for sure I'm not going to win a Super Bowl there. How do you feel about him joining the dark side in Seattle, going out there and put a whooping in his first year for that team and coming out as champion?
I mean, it's not the first time, right? The Marcus Ware won it with Denver. Right. Yeah, that's just the story with Dallas. They're not a well-run organization. They can't get it done, and yeah, people know that if you want to win a ship, you gotta get out of there, right? DeMarcus Lawrence, I remember all the fans hating on him. He's always hurt. He's always hurt. Wanting him to leave, and then I don't know if I'm frozen or y'all are, but yeah, and then he leaves and wins the Super Bowl. You know, all right, cool. So it's like. Yeah, like I liked him as a player. He was hurt with the boys a lot, but a lot was put on his shoulders, right? And couldn't be prouder for him, and I'm happier for him. That's cool. He went and got it, and it just seems like it happens to a lot of Cowboys. They leave and go win the Super Bowl.
He left off with a great quote after the game. He said, "At the end of the day, players win championships, not logos."
Respect. Respect that. I respect that.
Alex, anything on the defensive side, whether it's Patriots or Seahawks, that you want to acknowledge? I know you're a big defensive guy. Anybody you want to shout out or give some love to right now that we haven't brought up or anything like that? Well, you're muted, so I can't tell what your answer is.
The whole secondary of Seattle, they disguised everything so well. I was mad at Josh Daniels, McDaniels a lot because of some of the stuff that they were doing. But then looking back, I watched the All-22 last night, and I was up to like 1, and I was like, man, dude, I wasn't at the end of the day. I was like, man, I'm more pissed off at Drake because he didn't see it at all, and and also some of that credit has to do a lot with what Seattle was doing. A lot of corner blitzes, slot blitzes, a lot of linebackers in the A gaps, and then they just drop back and coming. Dude, it was good, and then especially like whenever they would rush 4, the stunts that the linemen would do, it was perfect. So they're all in sync, and the whole defense, I mean, just looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
Milton, any love to anybody that we haven't talked about yet?
Nah. So no. Kenneth Walker, all the love. Chris Gonzalez, all the love. And every single defensive player on the Seahawks, all the love. So.
Jeff, since you're an insider on Trey Parker news, can you give your insight on how he felt about the Broncos' misfortunes and obviously the loss of the Patriots? Because we haven't really heard him rant on the text thread. I think he's been very cordial about it, but I feel like he would have told you something because we're seeing a lot of Denver and Buffalo fans upset still on social media. So I just want to know, has Trey been as nice in person or as he's been on the text thread?
He has. We talked about it a couple times. I forgot. We've talked about it even before the Spurs game. And, of course, he thinks if Bo Nix wasn't hurt, it would have been a different story, of course. But it's not like he had a lot of anger. What y'all see is what y'all get with Trey. He's not hiding his anger or nothing. I think he was disappointed, but what can you do, right? Your quarterback gets hurt. You know, you go out and still play a good game without him. Even if they would have won, right? There's no way they could have beat Seattle with their backup quarterback. So, he wasn't really too mad. He was just, his quarterback got hurt. I think he sees them, being good for a while. So, it's, this year down the drain, but I think he was okay with it.
Nice.
He took it a lot better than I would have.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, the way you see all social media, if you're on Twitter or wherever, you see all the anger. It's like, oh, Bo Nix was there. He would have played better from quarters 1 through 4. I tell you. I swear to God, Josh Allen is still the best guy out there. And it's like Josh Allen's never been a Super Bowl. Bo Nix has had one good playoff game. We don't know anything, guys, yet. We don't know anything at all. Let's wait and find out. Yes, misfortunes of Bo. Me, Milton, everyone acknowledges that. There's no disguising that. But my God, things happened the way it happened. And you know what? I think Seattle wins no matter who comes out the AFC. I mean, let's be honest.
I think so.
Respectfully, like, just
I think with Denver and Buffalo, they do have a different challenge because of the offensive line. But still, I agree.
No, even then, I don't even
Seattle.
think so. I don't think so because look, that O-line was still there against us, and they still let us through to freaking get to Jared Stidham. So I think the same thing for the Seahawks. I think the Seahawks dark side, the freaking front seven, gets to the quarterback as many times as they want to.
Right. I agree. But Bo is different. Bo's different.
Bo is different, but
Stidham.
I still they break through no matter what. I mean, that's for me, that's just a given. All right. Let's go to the real dark side of the whole world. Drake May is getting a lot of flack for the entire postseason run.
Yeah, for sure.
Let me go around the room real quick. Malin, where would you have had him in your MVP voting? First, second, third, where would you have had him originally? And for the regular season?
I would have had him at number 2.
Jeff?
Yeah, number 2.
Milton?
2.
Alex? I'm in my sauna in the garage. Okay. Yeah, I would have had him too. I think that's so most likely unanimous. So that's great. Depending on what Alex says, right? Obviously, me and Milton are doing, and Alex are doing our QB rankings next week. But how much has before the playoffs would have started? Malin or Jeff, whoever wants to go first, where would you have had Drake May ranked quarterback ranking wise as overall? Would you have had him in the top 5, top 10, top 15? How are you feeling about Drake May before the postseason games?
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, if we have him number 2 at MVP voting, we're talking about this year. You got to have him right there at number 2 for the playoffs as well. I don't know if you're trying to rank playoff quarterbacks, but the way he was playing this year, and I would still have him at number 2. That's the way he came in as MVP voting.
Well, no, not necessarily in your MVP voting. What I would mean is with how
rankings.
how we do our rankings, and just in general, not like rankings for the season, just your ranking as quarterbacks. Like most of us will probably say Patrick, Josh, or Lamar, Joe, et cetera, et cetera. Where in that top 10 overall or top 15, where would you have had Drake before the postseason?
Yeah, I think with the season he had, he's definitely top 10. I would have to look at it. He could be top 5. He's probably right around there, 6 or 7. If I really went there, pen and paper, and look at all the quarterbacks. Okay.
So my question for y'all is, how much with his postseason performance has he fallen off for y'all? Because sadly, it is 4 bad games from Drake May, all inconsistent from what he did in the regular season. So how far has he fallen for y'all in general?
That's a really good question, and I feel like I'm forgetting a quarterback because I feel like I would have had him number 5 in my power rankings. But then I'm thinking of
it just depends because the 4 horsemen, the 4 are there.
I'm thinking about Mahomes. I'm thinking about Allen. I'm thinking about Lamar. Who else am I missing?
Burrow.
Who else?
Stafford. No.
So, you could say Stafford, Herbert. It depends.
What about he's got Dak Prescott?
In my opinion, May was ahead of Burrow because I do believe in the adage is your best ability is availability. And Burrow had a really great second year in the league. And what has he done since then, right? He's been hurt all the time. And I think they've been back to the playoffs one time since then. So I had May top 5 going into the playoffs. And I'll tell you right now that after going through the playoffs, I would still have him top 5. And here's the reason why. Listen. Okay. Is Lamar Jackson a top 5 quarterback in the NFL?
Yep.
And we do that excusing everything he's ever done in the postseason. He fails in the postseason remarkably bad every single year. It took him, 3 years to even win a playoff win, right? Like, Lamar Jackson never showed up in the playoffs. He's never, I think did he go to the AFC Championship game one time? I'm not sure. I think one time. But he's never been in the Super Bowl, and he's been underwhelming. There's a difference between regular season and playoffs. And so if you're going into a top 5 regular season, I'm still going to have May in there because he hasn't shown me, if he can do the same thing next year, the only thing he's really going to have to fight next year is no matter what success he has in the regular season, everyone's going to say it doesn't matter until you get to the playoffs. He's going to start to have the Lamar Jackson narrative. Yep. Well, if we gave the benefit of the doubt to Lamar Jackson for 3 years, I felt like it was like 3 years. Like he won that first MVP, and then we've kept him in the top 5, but yet he still never had playoff success. Why would we hold 1 year of playoffs against Drake May? Where there was also bad weather, great defenses. I mean, he did play defenses that were better than Lamar faced. So that's why I'm not going to hold the playoffs against him. He's going to have to answer some questions come playoff time. But if I don't knock Lamar Jackson, if Lamar Jackson's in my top 5, then I don't feel like I knock Drake May out just because he had a below average postseason compared to what he did in the regular season.
Okay. Jeff, you got a rebuttal?
Yeah, no, I kind of agree. Like that playoffs didn't like make me think Drake May sucked. Just I'm not like that. I don't get that exaggerating about anything. He did play, all the best defenses, right? So like, you're gonna struggle. He's young. He makes a lot of move outs on his feet, right? Because he's still young. He hasn't even developed into you can see the potential in him. So I don't criticize him for the playoffs. They even said he was a little hurt. And to tell you the truth, I don't think he has a lot of weapons, right? You got Stephon Diggs, and man, you got those tight ends that should have been there, like they should have been gone a long time ago, like Henry and like whoever else I don't even know that, or that's what I'm saying. I don't even know all the weapons he has for New England. So you got to give him a couple of weapons as well to give it to make the Super Bowl with that lineup. It's pretty impressive, but they played good defense and smart offense, right? And they did enough to get to the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I don't discredit him too much just for that run that he had, even though he did have the most turnovers, right, in playoff history or some shit. Yeah, but
most sacks and most turnovers in the postseason. Yeah,
he played a good lineup of defenses. So, yeah, and they won those games, right? So, I don't know, except for the Super Bowl. But, yeah, I don't discredit him too much.
Jose, just a couple questions for you.
Yes.
Did he complete 70% of his passes in the regular season?
Yes, he did.
Did you throw for over 30 touchdowns in the second season?
Yes, he did.
Less than 10 interceptions?
Yes, he did.
Okay. You couple all that with playing the best defense in the league, the one throw that comes to mind in the Super Bowl, that touchdown to Hollins, man, that was one of the better throws I've seen in all of the playoffs.
The only good drive we have.
The talent is there. I'm telling you, and I'm not sure that I'm buying the shoulder injury as much. He wasn't on the injury report. Or whatever. I think he got rattled. And you know what? Your 2 rookies on the offensive line did him 0 favors.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I don't know that I've ever seen a quarterback getting sacked with an offensive lineman pancaked in the middle of the lineman. And
Malin, one thing you'll know about me, I don't give a fuck if you're hurt. If you're on the field, then that shit does not matter to me.
Yeah. Yep. You decide to go out there.
He's got it there. You guys have your franchise quarterback. That what happened in the playoffs does not move me. You played the best defenses in the whole NFL. You had a lot of weather to battle through too. There was a snowstorm against Houston. There was, it wasn't great weather. It's not like you guys were playing in the Pacific Northwest where it happened to just be 55 degrees and sunny, both playoff games that, Seattle got to play in. I wouldn't be worried about Drake May.
Yeah.
So, Alex, I guess because you're away, I'm going to re-ask the question. So, obviously, let me ask you, where did you have Drake May in MVP voting? 1, 2, 3. Where did you have him?
MVP?
Yeah.
Well, right behind Stafford.
Okay, so 2. Okay.
Yeah.
So now my question is, after having that great regular season, just regular season before the playoffs started, where would you have ranked overall in general? Where would you have ranked Drake May as your overall quarterback? Is he behind the big 4? Is he in your top 10? Is he top 15?
I wouldn't
before the playoffs.
I still wouldn't have put him top 5 or somewhere even closer, maybe towards the end of top 10 or maybe outside the top 10. Because here's the thing. It's the same thing with CJ. Whenever CJ came out, and I like CJ whenever he came out of college, right? And I told you guys are too high in buying the train on CJ. It's the same thing with Drake. I'm a big fan of Drake too. Whenever he came out, but the thing is too.
Clip it.
So the thing is with Drake May, um, it kind of hurt him, right? Playing lesser talent at the beginning of the year in the regular season, right?
Sure.
Some could say he wasn't really battle tested.
You're cutting out, Alex. Yeah, you're not here. We didn't hear anything you said. You said bad out at that.
What about now?
So a little laggy. I'm pretty sure he's frozen, right, guys?
Yeah, he's frozen.
Yeah,
he's moving now.
I am.
I'm not tripping. Okay.
Now you're good.
I can hear you guys.
Yeah, you're back.
You're moving low. Now you're moving. Okay.
So yeah,
So
I
he
was
wasn't battle
saying like
tested.
he wasn't really. Yeah, which kind of hurt him, for sure. I typically never even bring up like what players do in the playoffs, even though they had a great season, right? Even if their playoff performance was bad, I'm not gonna bring that up in their rankings. But I'm also not gonna move the needle for him either because that we're not gonna sugarcoat. He had a bad playoff performance. Yes, he played top defenses, but the same argument could be said. Okay, he did it. He played great defenses. So then, what's your argument of him not playing great defense at the beginning in the regular season? Him having a good year, you know. So I'm, and then people got mad whenever I said he's more of Ryan Tannehill this year because of what he's doing, and people got mad. I'm like, how like I'm just looking at how he was playing. He was playing more like Ryan Tannehill whenever he was with Mike Vrabel. If you like, I saw a stat, and I said too, like if you have Drake May throwing the ball a lot, you're gonna lose games. I saw a thing that said if Drake May throws the ball, I think more than 30 times this year or 35 times, I think they're like 0-5 or something like that. I don't know, 0-6,
You mean like overall last year?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm still kind of like, he's not there yet, but I'm also like, people think I'm gonna hate him, but no, like he's still young. You know what I mean? I wouldn't.
So you said 35. You said 35 plus.
I think it's 35 or 30.
Okay, so if it's 35 plus, he's 2-2 in the regular season, and obviously 0-1 in the playoffs, which is a Super Bowl game. Which is one thing we didn't talk about. I hated that we went away from the run game. I hated that so much. Travion Henderson started cooking in the third quarter, and then for like 2 great rushes, and we just decided not to do anything. And that was before all the fumbles and the interceptions and all that. As far as 30 plus, Alex, he is.
That's this year though, right?
4, 5. Well, yeah. I mean, if we count last year was a shit. Are we gonna count last year?
His stat was last year.
I think
if that was from last year, then that makes sense. We definitely had no O-line, and then we had no tackles or anything like
still
that.
Don't have O-line right now on the left side.
Yeah, we still have a left side. We don't have a left side.
It's better than last year. Okay, it's better than last year.
Better than last year.
When our freaking right guard is playing left tackle, we have problems, guys.
For sure.
But like you guys were saying, it would be stupid if people would just right away drop the stock on Drake. He still has a lot of potential, right. And like you guys said, he played great defenses. Like you put any quarterback that's not in those like elite status, right. Of course a lot of them are gonna fail. Even Patrick Mahomes going against a great defense in Philly last year, he looked like shell of himself too.
Right.
So
just a game. But I agree with the way that Malin and Jeff framed it. The only thing I disagree with, like the top 5 notion. I don't think he's, even before the playoffs, he went a top 5 quarterback. Now the year he had a top 5 year, obviously, but he's not a top 5 quarterback.
And let me kind of frame the way I think of the top 5 sometimes is it's to me the top 5 is very fluid.
Especially number 5, because I think 4 is more.
Number 5 is for sure.
And well, I mean, I'm even like people keep saying, "Oh, Patrick Mahomes is still the best quarterback in the NFL." Okay, well, look at the stats and no, he's not. Like even Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen outperformed him.
Right.
I mean, hell, if we really want to get into stats in the regular season, Dak Prescott has been a better quarterback in the NFL than Patrick Mahomes. I feel like we're resting a lot on Patrick Mahomes' laurels. I know I threw that in there for you just because you got the Seahawks shirt on. Just don't tell June Bud a host of mine on After Further Review because I give him so much. But to me, the top 5 is always fluid because the NFL is always supposed to be about what have you done for me lately. And that's why I would move Burrow out of the top 5 because what has Burrow done lately to warrant still being the top 5 quarterback in the NFL? That's why Stafford's in there because Stafford, to me, he's earned that spot. And Drake May in his second year did exactly what put Burrow in the top 5 in his second year. And so that's why I have him as high as I do. Now he has to repeat it, stay there. You could ask me week 4 next year, and if he shits the bed, he could be completely out of the top 5 for me and like back in the top 10. But I'm a lot more what have you done for me lately type of person when it comes to just hanging out these gravitas top 5s and stuff on people. I get a lot of crap for saying that CeeDee Lamb isn't a top 5 receiver in the NFL the last 2 years. So, but even though stats back it up, but people want to hate on me about it.
I gotta think about it, but I don't know if I even got Stafford as a top 5 quarterback yet. Is that crazy to say?
Like top 5 quarterback that's
right now
currently in the NFL?
Yeah,
I think it is. Because who are you going to put? 1 year of Drake May, I'm not going to.
But that's how I feel about Stafford. He hasn't been this good since 2021.
But even before that, before this year, he still had good years.
Last year when he had 20 touchdowns and 8 interceptions?
Yeah. He did as much as he could.
But even if you go Mahomes, Allen and Lamar.
Yeah, the 3 are solidified.
So if those 3 are solidified, who would be 4 if not the MVP? Like right now in the NFL.
Dak has played a top 5 quarterback ish for at least I would say like 3 to 4 years now.
Not last year.
I will
this past year
when he got hurt. Yeah, not last year.
Not last year.
Which injury is why I moved Burrow out.
Well, that makes sense. So your list is with injury too.
Yeah,
I was gonna say Joe Burrow easily.
Well, hey, your best ability is your availability, and if you're not there to help your team win, then I can't. Like May played at an elite level all year. Burrow was not playing at elite level before he got hurt. He played at an elite level for about 4 games after he came back, and then he trailed off.
No, I would say like 3 quarters.
Yeah, like he wasn't like Burrow did nothing this year. So if we're gonna say that, well, like Matt Stafford wins MVP, but he's not top 5 because he only did this 1 year. Like Burrow had a really bad. He was healthy last year.
Yeah, and he had
the year before that,
he was the number 1 passer.
Year before
in
that,
almost everything.
He wasn't healthy. This year, he wasn't healthy.
But does that count for anything, though, Malin? Like when you see a quarterback, I get your availability thing, so I can't refute that. I get that part. But when he does play, he is a top 3 quarterback. You know what I mean? That counts for something. In my opinion.
In my opinion, except for this year, because he was incredibly average before he got hurt, in my opinion.
Okay.
I don't think his stats were near
and it was a 2-game sample size, and it wasn't 2 good games at all, realistically.
And then he wasn't that great when he came back. Like I said, I know he had a couple like really good games, and they kept him in the playoff hunt a little bit.
Yeah.
But he still wasn't. And when you're giving up so much of your cap to him, and then you're signing the wide receivers that you wanted to, like Chase and Higgins, you better perform. And you don't get to talk about your lack of offensive line or defense when the front office is listening to you and signing the offensive talent that you want them to, which means you don't have depth at other positions.
So for him, you're right. The 2 games that he didn't have good were the first 2. Then he came back, and then he had 2 good games against Baltimore and Buffalo. Buffalo won, remember they just lost by a few points because he had multiple in that game. And then they got shut out by Baltimore in that rematch because he had that press conference where he was kind of like, I'm let down, I'm depressed, yada yada yada. And then he came back, had 2 good games, and then lost to Cleveland. So
if I look at what Drake May did for the entire year versus what Joe Burrow did, even on that stint where he was more healthy in the year, I don't see how you could put Joe Burrow ahead of Drake May right now in the NFL.
Oh, based off of last year. If you look at the last 2 years, recency bias, right? Look at the last 2 years, who had a better year? Like, not this year. This year, I agree, Drake May. But last year, Joe Burrow, even this year's Drake May, Joe Burrow had a better.
Joe Burrow had MVP numbers for a guy who didn't make the playoffs.
Right. So that's where I will put Joe Burrow over him. I get the availability. The availability is fair.
I can see that. I love that I got you on. Like, I'm defending Drake May to the Patriots.
I know.
Here we are right now.
All right, you're right.
But
You're
that just shows the Patriots fans here. I so acknowledge that our guy
we're not
isn't that high just yet.
I
Like,
ain't biased, man.
we ain't going crazy. He's number 2, guys. No, if he had won
You
the
got
Super
to
Bowl,
prove it.
maybe if he had won the Super Bowl, maybe it's a different story. That ain't what happened though.
What do you got?
What about you?
What do you two think about the stats of a quarterback that loses his first Super Bowl and the chance of going back and winning it?
That's the Jalen Hurts and John Elway thing, right?
And there was one other, Len Dawson back in the 70s. So there's 3 of them.
But there's a one stat that says if you're a second-year quarterback that went to the Super Bowl, you don't go back if you lose.
You never go back.
Really?
Joe Burrow, Dan Marino, Brock Purdy, they never went back.
Yeah.
Okay, but
Burrow and Purdy can still change that. So
Purdy just went 2 years ago. Let's give him in. I mean, Dan Marino is really the crux.
Right, and how fragile have both those quarterbacks been? Now you got me worried about May being fragile.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, the Dan Marino, I think I get it. I get the comparison, but Dan Marino is one of those quarterbacks that's hard to really find any kind of comparison. It doesn't. His career doesn't really make sense.
He was ahead of the game in his time.
Yes.
He was in the wrong era. He was 20 years early.
Sucks for him.
I do not think that the Patriots organization would commit the same organizational malpractice with Drake May like the Dolphins did with Dan Marino's career, which means.
But you could say the same thing about the Niners.
The Niners were just in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, just in the divisional round. Maybe they should practice their power lines. I don't know. But Purdy is still. I mean, everyone wants to talk about like Purdy being a bad quarterback now, but everybody was riding his nuts going.
Solid top 16 quarterback. I've been saying this for years. Solid top 16.
He had 10 touchdowns in 2 games, riding a 6-game winning streak until they played the Seahawks in Week 18, and then after we beat them in Week 18, then everybody was like, "Oh well, everybody's hurt."
Oh, Malin, we know.
Purdy is.
Milton was about to vote him MVP. We know. We get it. We understand.
Wait. We had more. Whatever. Go ahead.
He was definitely fantasy football.
Yeah, he was doing me wonders. He was doing me wonders for the weeks that I was already eliminated. Like, thanks, guy.
Thanks, Brock. Good job,
all right, let me get into some comments in here before we go. Alex, I know you had a question. Keep that, bookmark it. I'm going to go into comments real quick. Cody says, I hit on Walker over 3.5 yards in the first carry of the game.
That's
Joe said,
gambler.
Joe says, I picked the wrong team to kick 6 field goals. Myers should have been the MVP. Cody says Gonzo locked up JSN. Dude, those two big plays by Gonzo to Shaheed and the multiple to JSN. I was like, goddamn. Of course, JSN got him on that one slam for 16 yards, but other than that, quiet day for JSN.
The fact that that's all you have to talk about with JSN means that Gonzo.
That's a good thing. Yeah, agreed.
But we can acknowledge if Sam had put that ball in the money when they were at the 4-yard line, that's a 95+ touchdown right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Or not even that one, the other one in the end zone where if Sam would have led him and not threw it behind him, it was a touchdown.
Yes.
Yeah.
Also,
behind him.
I love the effort. We all hate the sack rule, right? Where if you put your full body on them, you can't. It's a penalty.
Yeah, it's a penalty.
I hate that our guy Woodson had Sam in that same play where that was going to be a 95-yard touchdown to freaking JSN. Could have sacked them, but was too afraid of getting penalized. So he went to the side, which
that's what I hate.
It's so annoying.
And they got out of it.
So stupid, dude. Oh, that really. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. At least Seattle learned to run the damn ball after 11 years. You're damn right. They got the different coach. That's why. Dude, what a crazy 3 years it's been. You get rid of Russell Wilson.
Right.
You bring in Geno for super cheap. So you gave everybody false hope. Mm-hmm. Then you fired Pete Carroll, bring in Mike McDonald from the Ravens. Mm-hmm. Then you lowballed Geno. Tell him, we're going to give you this much. We're not going to give you as much as you think. So he has to get traded. So then you bring in Sam Darnold for cheap, who had just had a great year with Minnesota. And you draft well, of course, the last 5 years, and you won a Super Bowl. What a great last 5 years for y'all.
And you guys are on a quicker turnaround than even we were. But I would just like to take a moment to say a special thank you to two organizations, one being the Baltimore Ravens for getting rid of John Harbaugh 2 years too late when you could have had my coach is your coach right now.
Oh, right.
I know a couple Ravens fans, and they're pissed that McDonald's with the Seahawks. And also Minnesota Vikings, thank you that you thought that J.J. McCarthy would be better than Sam Darnold because you went 14-3. You didn't want him back, so we went 14-3, won the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, you went 9-8. So think of what the Vikings could have done with a competent QB that entire year. So thank you for those two organizations for continuing to be who we thought they were and being a step behind. And the Seahawks will greatly capitalize on that.
For sure.
Steezy's in the chat. He says Drake May definitely behind Dak Prescott. Of course, he's a Cowboys fan, so can't really take your unbiasedness there, huh? Can we, Steezy?
Hey, hasn't Drake May won more playoff games than Dak has in his entire career?
Yes, he has. He's already 3 wins. Dak
sure is.
Wild.
It's a wild.
Wait.
It's a wild.
Sam Darnold did it too. Sam Darnold just did it too. He said 3 wins now.
I know.
Yep.
That's right.
Just like
that Drake May did that while having arguably the worst statistical postseason a quarterback could have. Still did it.
That's why you never count the wins or losses as a stat for QB because that stuff gets so lost.
it does.
Yeah, because like 10 years from now, people are gonna be like, dude, Drake went on this. Look at his look at he went
a heater. Look at a heater.
Yeah. And then you look back, this dude had the worst Rex. I didn't think anybody was gonna beat Rex Grossman's playoff run when he went to the Super Bowl. Hello, Drake May.
I'll give it 5 years, and we're gonna have revisionist history about how this playoff run went. My God, second year, Drake May almost MVP, killed it.
If I was looking at the stats correctly today on one of the shows, he did have the biggest statistical drop off in NFL history from regular season to postseason.
Yeah. Number two, however, was Peyton Manning. So a lot of people are using that against them. It's like, okay, number one until this happened was Peyton Manning.
Well, and that was 06 Peyton Manning, right? That was
right.
06.
Yes,
that
correct.
Wasn't 2015.
No, not breaking records. Peyton Manning. No,
right.
Yeah, still
wasn't 01 Tom Brady on that one too?
He's further down, but yes,
I think he's like
definitely
4 or 5.
Yeah, he's like 4, 5, 6, one of those. But
you mean
he's
Super Bowl
on
champion Tom Brady? What are you talking about here? What are we talking about?
That sounds.
Hey, Joe Burrow was on that list.
I don't think so.
Yeah, yes, Joe
Yeah,
Burrow
he
is. Mm-hmm.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's
for
at the
Super
bottom.
Bowl performance or playoff performances?
Not playoff performance.
Interesting.
Going into
that.
I thought it was Super Bowl because
Super Bowl, I get that.
I get Super Bowl because of that Chiefs game. He fucking cooked. I don't know.
Yeah, man.
That doesn't make no sense.
He had good games in the playoffs.
He had at least 2 good playoff games. It can't be for the whole playoffs. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I didn't look.
For Cody, Drake May fell off the top 10.
I'm
gonna say still top 15 though.
I'm sorry, anybody.
I need to know the people ahead of him for
That's
you.
all
Cody.
I just
need to know like your
I gotta
overall
hear that.
guys.
Can't take him out of the top 10.
You can't. I don't think you can.
I don't want to hear Herbert, respectfully. I don't want to hear Bo, respectfully. I don't want to hear a lot of names that he might.
Why can't you say Herbert though? You're getting off subject though. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Huh?
Why can't you say Herbert?
Because I didn't think Herbert was better than Drake May this year.
This year, sure.
Overall, but remember, I'm a bigger critique of Herbert than everyone else.
Yeah, for sure. You have I got you.
Milton, there are 2 quarterbacks that America loves to bring in postseason results and in the conversation, and that's Dak Prescott and Justin Herbert. Those are the only 2 quarterbacks that apparently America is completely fine with. We're going to lump in what you do in the postseason and the regular season.
Uh-huh.
Not just
Dallas fans don't forget.
So he gets a lot of hate. But you'll have a hard time telling me that Sam Darnold isn't the top 10 quarterback in the NFL right now, based off the last 2 years. You can't tell me he's not. Can't tell me he's not. Two seasons. Hold on, 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, over 4,300 yards both times.
Right.
Last year, 35 touchdowns. I think what was it?
He had a better statistical year last year.
Last year, but still this year, 68%, 4,300 yards, 25 touchdowns. I know he had the interceptions.
And the fumbles, really.
And the fumbles.
Yeah.
But he's won more games in a 2-year stretch than anybody else.
Right.
Like,
we're getting in another one. I don't want to go ahead.
But of course, when we do overall rankings, like if we just do general overall rankings, we kind of do use the last 2-3 years to kind of base it off there.
Of course.
And we have a lot more droppers than we do risers.
Backup 3 years.
Well, no, Malin, I'm actually on your side on this one. Malin, I'm actually on your side on this one.
Oh, okay.
You're saying this.
Continue.
So if we're going by recency stuff, I've seen more drop-offs. So like example, Alex, of course, has been using this. CJ the last 2 years has not been great. So he has no validation to be a top 10 guy if he was a top 10 guy for y'all.
He's not.
Sam Darnold very much does.
I have Darnold at 10.
That's where I would have him.
That's fine.
That's where I would have him.
I don't have him any closer, but I have him at 10 because he did what they wanted him to do. On the games, he had to air it out.
What they signed him for.
I mean, that NFC Championship game where he outdueled Stafford to get us to the Super Bowl. I mean, going back from Week 18 to the end of the Super Bowl, no turnovers. Sometimes not flashy stuff, sometimes flashy stuff. But, I mean, he did what he needed to do. He knew he had a great defense. He didn't need to force it. He didn't need to be that quarterback to throw for 350 yards and 4 touchdowns every game in the playoffs for them to get to the Super Bowl. He just wins. He's a winning quarterback in the NFL.
And I go ahead, man. Sorry.
I'm just saying. I'm just gonna agree with you, man. Sadly we've had a lot more droppers, and so to be fair, Sam has won what 30 plus games in the last 2 years. It's like
I think it's 31-7. Or
yeah,
like
that. I gotta give him some love. I gotta give him
Milton? Would you agree that he should be higher if he never played on the Jets? If the years on the Jets were never there because it's a shit organization,
right?
Like
and he was a 2-year quarterback. Let's say that.
Yeah, he played for a couple years and he bounced around because people are high on Baker Mayfield. He's top 10 in most people's opinion.
Mm-hmm.
But
I think they're on the same low playing field. Him and Baker, same low playing field. But to answer your question, I would look at his career more positively, sure. Yeah, because that's the only evidence that I have to work with is that, right? So, yes, to answer your question, yeah, of course.
So
And it's not good.
How many more 4,000 yards, 25, 30 touchdown years,
It's not
68, 70% completion percentage does he need to do to like be that guy in your opinion?
I think he is the same exact conversation, which we will have a in detailed debate on. He's in the same situation as Jalen Hurts. I think he's a better thrower of the ball than Jalen Hurts in a way. Go ahead, Shutdown. What do you mean?
No, I know. I was like, no way. I don't think that
Why
they're
not?
in the same because no. I think Sam Darnold is
So okay, go ahead. Yeah, please go ahead. Tell me why.
Because situations like that. I mean, like you guys have said, when Jalen Hurts has to win a game with his arm, he has that he cannot do that, right?
But we've seen him do it too, though, right?
Literally how they won the Super Bowl last year.
Maybe you could probably count.
Literally how they won the Super Bowl last year.
That's how they won the Super Bowl. Should I tell him?
I mean, I would not put Sam Darnold in the same.
I think they're on the
category.
same plane. I think they're in the same. So there's the four horsemen, in my opinion. They're in the same little bubble. Sam Darnold, Jalen Hurts, because just because you're winning games, wrong guy to use wins, because I don't think quarterback wins or wins is a quarterback stat. That's not my belief. I don't think that's valid at all. Because then at that case, then all you have to do is look at the wins, and those are the top quarterbacks, which we all know that's fallacious. It's not gonna work. So with me saying Sam Darnold, I need to see more. I'm not saying I need to see 4,000 yard seasons, him to win a Super Bowl. I'm not saying that. I just want to see the consistency. Just like he lost Kevin O'Connell, right? And then he got Clint Kubiak, which is great for him. There's a little bit of a drop off because they didn't ask him to do as much as Kevin O'Connell asked them to do. I got that. But now another OC, depending on who it is, I want to see that to really to really have a strong opinion on Sam. I do think Sam is a 10, 11, 12 quarterback, and I think that's fine. I need to see a little bit.
The only thing I think about when it comes to quarterbacks and stats, though, sometimes, okay, I'll use Patrick Mahomes as a reference for this, okay? Sure. Sometimes quarterbacks get inflated stats because they need to do everything they do in order for that team to be great, like a Josh Allen, right?
Right.
Now, Patrick Mahomes needed to put up 50 touchdowns, 40 touchdowns for the Chiefs to win early on in his career, yet they went to Super Bowls and won when he was having a lot less stats because he was doing what they needed him to do to win. And so I think like there's quarterbacks that you could put on Seattle's roster that like let's say you put Josh Allen on Seattle's roster. I don't think Josh Allen would end up with otherworldly stats on a Seattle team because they're built in a way to where they want to play with defense and they want you to control the game. And if you get into a shootout, then get into a shootout and help us win it. But they want to do more ball control. They want to run it like 50-50, running the ball, passing the ball. I'm not sure that, Josh Allen would have the same stats as he does in Buffalo, where he has to be Superman all the damn time. Same with Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has to be Superman all the time for them to have a chance to win games. And I think that hurts some good quarterbacks when it comes to like the stat performance of it. But I get what you're saying.
There's context with it. No, I agree with you. There's context to it, and I agree with everything you just said.
So,
all right, real quick, going back to the comments. Let's see. So Cody gave us his list, and I want to see if y'all agree or how much y'all really disagree. Mahomes, Allen, Lamar, Burrow, Stafford, Herbert, Goff, Baker, Dak, and Darnold. Those are his top 10 over me.
And this is just overall wise.
I'm assuming overall, yeah.
I wouldn't put Darnold up. That was one of my questions on my sheet because of what happened one, how would you rank the quarterbacks? But I guess since this is out there, because of what happened in the Super Bowl, do y'all think Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than Drake May?
No,
I don't think Baker's a better quarterback.
But I don't.
I love Baker.
But right now, I don't think Herbert's a better quarterback than either of them.
Sam Darnold. Oh damn.
I don't put Baker that high. I love Baker, but he
I don't put Baker that high.
He shit the bed the second half of the season. He lost the MVP. It's literally his sole reason that he lost the MVP this year when he was on. Those first 8 weeks he was on a high. Then he lost the last 10. I can't put Baker up there. That's just ridiculous. Yeah. And he has way more freaking firepower on offense than damn Drake May.
So wait, hold on. How are you ranking them then, Jose? Because are you just ranking Drake May's performance from this year out of Baker's this year too, or?
Well, I usually go for the last 3, so I can't really do Drake as far as like all that. I just don't know. I just don't have Drake. I don't have Baker just moving forward, like being better.
Okay, but just because a quarterback doesn't have 3 to 4 years of a resume doesn't mean he can't be better than someone that has 3 to 4 years of a resume.
Right. Drake did not have in his first year. He wasn't even the starter, and then he didn't even have the right pieces around him. He still, to be fair, and as Balin said, we don't even really have the pieces around him. But yes, I understand Baker had injured guys. That doesn't mean they still didn't draft wide receivers around him, and he didn't have the offensive power or more than freaking what we saw from the Patriots side.
Has go ahead,
real quick. But wouldn't that be the same then when Cody was talking about?
Can you lift your head up?
CJ
your lips are on the name, brother. Can you lift your head up a little bit? Your lips on the damn name. Put your head up a little bit, please.
Wouldn't that be the same thing that Cody's been arguing about with you guys then? Because you're talking about the 1 year and you guys gave him, Jose gave him a lot of shit about like, oh, you guys are 1 year with CJ and him playing good and now everybody wants to rank him high. It's going to be the same thing. People are going to say the same thing then about Drake.
Right.
Well,
so 1 year. 1 year is a tough one.
It's hard.
I'm kind of with Chi-Town. I'm with Chi-Town a little bit.
And look, you guys are in a tough place to put him, right? To rank him, because.
But okay, so the main difference with CJ is he had a great rookie year, and ain't no one disputing that. It wasn't an MVP year. They didn't want to have him as a top 5 or top 2 MVP year, because that's what the difference is with Drake. Because if we're gonna go,
hold on. Who was the MVP that year when CJ was a rookie? Name the quarterbacks that were playing top notch that year.
Well, his rookie year, Lamar was the MVP, and then Brock and Dak were the other 2 guys in the top 5. CMC was in the top 5 votes as well, but he's not a quarterback. So it's Lamar, Brock Purdy, and Dak. It's not Josh Allen. It wasn't Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. That year Dak played great, right?
That was where Dak and Brock should have had it, but they lost it at the end of the season. Yeah.
Right. So, okay. What's your
and then going to Drake this year? It's not his fault that all these great quarterbacks went out, but that's also an argument, though.
It is.
You see?
It is. Depending on how you frame it, though.
Yes. But what do we mean by that? Because Dak had a great statistical year, so did Goff, but their teams failed. So, and in this case, everyone uses the fact that Drake did not have pieces around him. He doesn't have a great O-line. They were like bottom 10, and he doesn't have a great wide receiving room. And they're like, I don't know what you would rank him. I'd probably rank him bottom 10 too if you look at the wide receiver room. And he elevated that. So what's the difference? Because on the other side for CJ, that was a great rookie year by Tank Dell. That was Nico Collins coming out year. What are we looking at?
So what's the comparison? Also those receivers weren't household names either.
I know, I'm not. They weren't, but now they are. So I guess that's what I'm asking. Like, is Booty a household name now?
Well, would anyone disagree
yes.
with me when I say this? That I know a lot of people would, because Jalen puts all my shorts out there on our show, and I get just right through the coals.
Oh, you're the right guy. You're the right guy.
So just looking at Jared Goff, right?
Yeah, sure.
Would anyone argue that when I say that Detroit has more offensive weapons than New England.
Oh God, they have more fucking offensive weapons than Venezuela.
So Jared Goff threw for 68% of his passes, 4,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, and interceptions.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty damn near identical to what Drake May did in his second year with an incredibly less talented offense that the Patriots have.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I'm only talking 1 year, and I know Goff has had several statistical great years.
Yeah.
But he normally had, Ben Johnson there, also Sean McVay.
Of course.
But he's also never won the big one.
Yep.
And he's never been able to get over that hump. And so I don't have a problem with putting May on the same level as someone like Goff. I don't have a problem with putting May on someone like Baker because Baker, just because you throw out stats doesn't mean you're winning games. And, Baker Mayfield with the Bucs, they won the division 4 years in a row, not with Baker all times. Arguably, the worst division in football?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
bro, and I love Baker. Don't get me wrong. Milton knows I love Baker.
I love Baker too. I hate the Bucs. I hate it. If someone just I'm not going to say it.
You're going to say something so dark, huh? Okay.
I am. I'm not going to go dark. But I hate the Bucs, but I do think Baker's a baller. But do I think he's better than Drake May right now? I don't know. It's so convoluted to me.
Hold on a minute, real quick. I want to put this up. Cody, you're lying when you say this, Cody. What Drake May did this year, he had more talent than CJ first year. So if CJ wasn't top 10 first year, then neither is May. Keep it consistent. First of all, I did say CJ was top 10 his first year, or he had a top 10 first year, but he had way more talent around him than freaking Drake May did this year. Don't you go there. Don't fucking lie to me like
is
that.
Is Cody a Texans fan? He's a Texans fan.
Yes, he is a Texans fan.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a homer take.
Yeah. Don't be lying like that.
I think Shot-Town's main point is just after one full year, it's really difficult to just put him in front of other quarterbacks that have multiple years, not in their first year, of course. I ain't talking about that.
No, you're right.
So,
but I mentioned
I agree
with the Sam Darnold thing, there's also been a lot of guys that dropped off that you can easily kind of insert those guys in there, like a CJ. You can feel if you want to feel how we've been talking about him this year. Hurts is probably falling off top 10 for a lot of people if you had him in the top 10. So that's another spot that you can really put in there as well. Goff as so what does that matter? You just said it's not a good win situation. Why does it matter? Anyways, how do you follow it up? By being asked. As Maylin said earlier, Jared Goff has the whole Venezuela better than the Venezuela Army fucking unit with Gibbs, Montgomery, Amon-Ross, Jameson, Laporte, and all that shit. That meant nothing for that team. Jared Goff didn't elevate that squad. I know Ben Johnson's gone. Jared Goff did not elevate that team. He still had the same numbers as if Ben Johnson was there. It didn't elevate the squad.
Okay. Yeah, right.
I am bullish. I am very bullish on Drake May. I'm very bullish on him. And this has nothing to do with the Super Bowl or anything like that. You can go back and look at it after further review. Since week 4 of this year, I've been talking about how Drake May is going to be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL for years to come. I love his consistency. I love his accuracy. I love that man just he doesn't need to have the 350-yard game and the 4 touchdowns. He's very just surgical. Let me get you 250, 275, 2 touchdowns. Let me run for a touchdown. Let me get some yards. Very efficient. He's got a taste of the postseason. Didn't play great. But I can't. There's the it factor when it comes to people beyond wins and losses, beyond stats. There's an it factor, and I think that Drake May has that it factor that's going to make him one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL going forward. I can't explain it. Milton, you can disagree. I don't know. Again, I'm over here.
I'm
feel
not.
like
I'm not. I'm done.
I'm done. It's the Seahawks fan. I feel like I'm the biggest Drake May supporter.
I would, if I have to go right now after this season, obviously, because the sample size last year was like there's potential, but we gotta see the following year. And the following year, I would say he's probably like 8 or 9.
Yeah.
That's where I would have him. Just above Darnold, but not above a bunch of the other guys that have been solidified more longer. And again, these guys have had more weapons around them. Like,
and to the Texans fan, I mean, your quarterback came from Ohio State, so I can't trust that he's actually really going to be great for that long.
Well, we know one thing. Will Anderson will get the contract.
About USC.
Hey,
no one talks about USC quarterback like that.
Hey,
what are you talking about?
Hey,
yeah. First one. No,
first one in USC history, which is wild when you think about it.
Yeah, because USC like going back to Vince Young days, dude. Like they've always had a fucking great quarterback, and when they get to the NFL, they cannot fucking play well. Shout out to Sam Darnold, though. He was the first one.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Milton. You know what? We could knock Drake May out of the top 15. We can knock him out.
Top 15.
Let's say he has a bad third year. Let's go ahead because I'm still. Hold on. Because and Alex and Jeff know this. I still want future Patriot Jeremiah Smith on the team, so we can have a bad year next year. I'm totally fine with that. I don't care. Let's have 5 wins. I want future Patriot Jeremiah Smith on the team.
Okay, I'm just reading this last comment. I don't know how you can look at the divisional round, playing in the same setting on the same field, and tell me that CJ Stroud is better than Drake May. I don't see how you can do it.
Well, there's no argument for CJ Stroud being better, but Cody wouldn't say that though.
He says this is me saying CJ better than May, just comparing the situation.
I think he's talking about probably the first.
He's talking about rookie year versus Drake's second year. I think that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Even that, I hope you're not saying that, Cody, because that's your. I'm trying to help.
No, CJ did not have a better rookie year than May's second year.
No.
I don't know.
No.
And CJ Stroud has regressed every year since his rookie year.
Yes. Correct.
So,
poor guy.
If you ever want to have that debate, Cody, I really don't think he's saying that.
He says he can't type. He says this isn't me saying CJ better than me.
Oh, okay.
Cody's reasonable. He's a Texan fan.
He's
a Texan fan, but he's reasonable. He's a reasonable man.
I was like, he said
he shouldn't have big bro.
I read that and I was like,
No, it was funny because then he says, "Dude, can you read?" He's like, "Oh shit, I can't type."
Can you? Oh, my bad. You can. My bad. You're ready. You're ready to get perfect. Hey, quick question for the panel: with both teams overachieving, kind of like we all agree, honestly, both of these teams overachieving.
Mm-hmm.
Does any of them and both of them have a good amount of money that they can spend in this offseason? Do both teams? Which one of the teams can you see being more of like this is the beginning of a potential powerhouse of their respective conferences?
Oh,
I'll go first. Yeah. Just NFC, AFC. I say Seattle. Only reason being is because of the quarterback situation in the AFC. Like I told you, Jose, if we lose, it's gonna be rough trying to get back. It's gonna be 100. This was the perfect thing for us to actually go. It's still a positive, but it's going to be much more difficult. Yeah. It's much more difficult to get back in the AFC versus the NFC where Stafford's about to leave. You don't have that quarterback. Brock Purdy, Dak Prescott, both are, maybe, sure. But
so mad right now.
I'm sorry.
So my answer would be between the two teams, it'd be the Patriots, primarily because primarily because, yes, this year you have a lot. Seattle has a lot of money. They're looking forward to it. You can pay Devin Witherspoon. You can pay JSN. And their contracts won't kick in until like 2 years from now. Well, when the contract does start for them, guess who's already up for payday? Sam Darnold. And now he's won a Super Bowl. Now he might go back-to-back if the team is as good as we think they'll be next year. And if they do somehow go back-to-back, which is very rare, which is almost nearly impossible, then what is that to say for them? Like he's probably gonna ask for a lot of money, probably about 58 million, something like that. And I'm not saying that's gonna kill y'all, but then like payday for all the rookies that y'all got that y'all have been drafting well the last like 5 years. Now that it becomes a little more expensive. So
yeah,
Patriots they're gonna pay Christian Gonzalez this year. And then everyone else is just like come in, come out. I think Mike Vrabel, the way I remember how he handled Tennessee, it's like, hey, he's almost kind of like Belichickian. So if it's almost time to pay you, and if I don't love you, I like you, I might have to let you go. So there's the two big differences there. Seattle has so much talent that they're going to pay them all because they're like, we don't want to lose this. It took us so long to get back here after that debacle 11 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the Patriots are more structured, at least even with Robert Kraft as the owner. We still got to get rid of Elliott Wolf, by the way. That's the one thing we still need to get rid of is Elliott Wolf. Yeah, other than that, I think we are the more likely to. But Seattle is more likely to win now than New England.
Sure. I like where you framed it. Go ahead. Man.
As long as we have John Schneider as our GM,
right,
and we no longer have Pete Carroll, I like our ability to draft to plug in holes.
Hey, Jeff.
That's just how I feel. I think that we have I feel like we're in a tougher division than you guys.
For sure.
Yep.
That's what bring that up.
Which will make it difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still got Miami in the Jets. It's beautiful.
And we're fighting. We're fighting in a conference where the only team that's not paying top dollar for their quarterback outside of us is Chicago right now. That has a shot, in my opinion, of winning a Super Bowl.
What to say about Tampa?
Dallas is overpaying. Tampa's overpaying for Baker Mayfield right
now. No, 33.
He's doing.
He's still in the 30s. He's like 33.
I thought he was in the 40s.
He's a good contract. He's like a 30-something.
Yeah, he's 30. He's not high.
Okay, check me out, Jose. I know you're like the fact checker here. Maybe we looked stupid a couple weeks ago.
3 years, 100 million, so he's 33 million.
Okay, but he's about to get a contract extension, isn't he?
Right.
Yeah, after the show.
Yeah, okay. I like our ability to draft. And Mike McDonald has been winning at the trade deadline, or not Mike McDonald, but
John Schneider.
John Schneider has been winning at the trade deadline for the last 3 years. We got Williams. We got
Shaheed for a fifth.
I know. We got Ernest Jones last year. We're getting these pieces, and I love the one thing I love about this team versus the Legion of Boom days is there's actually a cohesiveness. The defense hated when the offense got shined. They hated Russell Wilson. There was always division on that Seahawks roster. More talented than the Seahawks roster is now.
That's a good point, though.
But you think about, like, Sam Darnold throws 4 interceptions. Ernest Jones goes to the podium and says, it's not his fault. Everybody, even the defense, could have played better. Even to the point to where Puka Nacua did that dumbass thing, Sam Darnold with the laughing emoji. And then Ernest Jones again was like, aren't you on the couch? Shut up, like, clown. Like, there is a cohesiveness to this team to where no one sum thinks they're better than the whole on this roster. And I really do believe in our ability to draft well. So I do think that Seattle will be there for a long time. But I also think the Patriots have an opportunity too. But I got to be a little bullish on my guy, John Schneider. I love that GM. I hope he never goes anywhere. If we ever lose him as GM, I will be singing a completely different tune.
I like that answer. What do you think, Chi-Town?
Yeah, I'm going to have to go with Seattle because they don't have a lot of holes to fill. Even though I think the Patriots have an easier path as far as like, easier pathway is because of their division.
Sure.
But they still have a lot of holes to fill. Even if you draft an offensive lineman, because that's what you guys need to tackle, you're still going to have to bank that this guy hits, right? And you're drafting pretty high. the one thing you guys have a lot of money, but what's the top left tackles right now in free agency? Unless you trade, right?
I don't think there's any
So
really.
That's a good question.
exactly. So that's the thing that I would say. And you guys ask for playmakers. What playmaker you're gonna find right now in this draft? If you want a receiver, where are you gonna go? Who would you
Try
go
to
with?
hopefully Pickens. Maybe Pickens if he don't get franchised. Just saying.
Trading for
Yeah,
Brown.
but
AJ
like,
Brown is the one that's available for trade, most likely.
what would you trade for him? I mean,
probably a
pick
first and a fourth.
Trade for who?
AJ Brown.
AJ.
Yeah, it's a good question.
See, but you see, we're already playing like this game with the Patriots. Like, oh, they got to like trade with the Seahawks. That team's already, you know, that team is set in stone. But you already know what that team's going to be, especially with now they have money, you know.
So some notable names that most likely would play left tackle or at least try to. Maybe.
Rasheed Walker.
Cam Robinson's a free agent.
Yeah, we're better off with Campbell at that point.
Kelvin Beachum, who's old as hell.
Here's a question I have for Jose and Milton here. I don't understand why this happened.
Yes,
but one of my favorite college wide receivers that came off my University of Washington Huskies was drafted by you guys, number 37 overall, a couple of years ago. Mm-hmm. Not this year, but last year. Jalen Polk.
Right. We released him, I think.
You guys traded him.
Oh, there you go.
I know he was injured.
Yes.
But why did they move off of him so soon? Like, what was it about that year?
He was a Mayo guy for one. He wasn't. So what happened this offseason, which is one of the things that Milton didn't like, Vrabel got rid of a lot of Mayo guys or Belichick guys that were not going to conform to the system that he was looking for. So when he gave everybody a shot, like a Polk or even Javon Baker, Keon White, who hopefully he's okay after getting shot 2 nights ago.
Yes, seriously.
And Kyle Duggar, even though Patriots fans initially liked those guys, Vrabel didn't feel these guys were conforming to the system. So if you're not good for the locker room, he's going to move you out, even if you have talent, because that's what me and Milton would out. He didn't like that Keon White was getting moved to the bench and then essentially traded. He didn't like the same thing with Duggar. But if you're not conforming to what the game plan is, like how Vrabel's trying to make it like a family, basically, right? You see how he does with the tunnel. He celebrates with everybody. If you can't conform to that, you can't be part of the team, then he's going to send you away. And that's how you felt about Polk. Polk did not fit the system.
Okay, that makes sense because he was really talented coming out of Washington, and I was excited for him being with Drake May, and they never really played together their rookie year.
No.
And I know he got hurt or whatever. But then when they traded him, I was like, well, damn, I thought Polk really could have helped out that offense. I don't know if he'll ever have an NFL career, but he was a dog at Washington, man.
I'm sure the Saints will give him a shot.
He was crazy good at Washington, so they might want to they might miss that talent. I think he was talented. I don't know, but
we'll see. Joshua says Drake's shoulder was apparently much more severe than they let on. Imagine trying to throw with a numbed and injured throwing shoulder.
Stop.
Look at Drake early season versus playoffs and tell me there's no difference. Again, if you are willing to play, if you go on the field, because even freaking Will Campbell said he had torn meniscus or MCL, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
If you're on the field, I don't care about your injury. You're on the field. I need your best. If you're not putting your best, then I gotta knock you. Drake played. It's as simple as that. I get that he might have been hurt, but he played. Like, come on now. All right. Let's go through the comments real quick, and then we can close out the show because obviously good talk. But I mean, honestly, there's not really much to talk about until the season's done, guys. September's free agency next month. Drafted's in 2 months. We'll see how it all goes.
I could talk about the Super Bowl as long as you want to, man.
I bet you can, dude.
We don't need to hear it, man. Right? You got your own show for that. Joshua keeps going for the Drake injury thing, and I respect it, bro. I get it. Maybe you're a Pats fan, you feel something, but I can't. Obviously with the mental aspect he's saying here, I can't excuse it. He played. At the end of the day, he played.
Yep.
James says, I can't wait to get back on this damn show. Alex, wake up, fam, says our boy James. Why the hell does Jeff have on a Seahawks shirt? No fucking idea. Just to roast. And then going back to earlier when I was saying about Baker, can you blame Baker? His team was hurt. The hell? I was like, yeah.
Well, and then when they got hurt, and then when they got healthy, though, he actually started.
Yeah, they actually lost more when they were all healthy.
It's the craziest thing in the world. NFC South is that, yeah.
Hey, do you guys remember when after week 4 when people were saying that Ibuka was a better wide receiver than JSN?
Yeah, well, I heard you say it, and that's crazy. That's a crazy statement.
That's crazy.
Jose.
Yeah.
What is it?
Jose, you said that?
What I said?
No, you didn't. Oh, okay.
I was reading the comments. What was said?
No, you didn't say it, but Egbuka is better than JSN. A hilarious statement that was pushed onto you.
That was what everyone was saying after that Seahawks-Bucks game.
Okay. No.
I knew you wouldn't. That'd be a crazy statement.
And you guys want to know?
I will say.
You guys want to know what Bucks fans are telling me right now? Because I live in Tampa. They're like, "Oh, we're still the only team you lost to that you didn't beat."
That's true.
It is true, but I still want to kick them in the nuts.
Okay.
Every time.
But who made the playoffs? Who won the division?
Get out of here.
Who won?
Tell him Atlanta's gonna win the division now.
They went 8-9 and still couldn't beat the Panthers for the division. Get out of here.
It's absurd.
It's all right. It is what it is. And then of course, neither teams will be good. Source, trust me, bro. Steezy.
Steez.
You are the Cowboys fan here, bro.
Oh, he's a Cowboys fan?
He says Super Bowl over, time for baseball. Well, we don't cover baseball much here unless Alex wants to go solo. Because last time Alex tried to do a baseball pod, they did like 3 episodes and they got canceled by themselves.
I was gonna say they didn't get canceled.
I don't know what happened with that show, but guys, y'all tried it. I was like, come on, bust.
So Steez is a Cowboys fan?
He is.
Okay, so they hadn't been to the NFC Championship game since 90. So
the only team in the NFC who haven't done it in 30 years.
Yeah.
He was a Packers fan, and then he married into a Cowboys family, or he got married into like.
Doesn't sound any better.
But he just went where his wife was.
Are you friends with him?
That's his buddy.
He's my bro.
That's his best man.
That'd be nice. Okay,
He's
crazy that you could just take on the fandom of your wife's family. Like what?
Well, he's not. He started getting into football more whenever he started hanging out with us. He's actually pretty good at soccer player, and he's actually pretty solid at baseball. So that's how he started like hanging out with us, and then we started taking him to flag football and flag football games, and he started being our lockdown corner. He was our Christian Gonzalez of our team, and we're like, all right, he's pretty cool. Let's just keep him around.
You just adopted a puppy from the side of the road. I see what it is.
Nah, he's been my brother's friend since they were in grades, like young, like in pre-K.
Milton, you know me. I'm just a guest. I'm just gonna behave myself.
Yeah. Well, on this show, Malin, you do whatever you like.
No, because he's a friend of Alex. He's a friend of somebody.
That's fair.
To be fair, when I got added to the People's Debate group chat, around that same time, Milton added his friend Chad, and Cody called him the B word immediately. For whatever reason,
y'all aren't friends. You could call your friends that, sure. It's not your friend. You can't call him.
Because it's like, what's his name? He's like, my name's Chad, but you call me Chatty Daddy. It's like, you mean bitch?
Like, it's such a dry joke. But I said, wait a minute, you don't know Chad. Okay. Yeah.
Well, to be fair. To be fair, Milton calls Chad Rashad. That makes you feel any better. So
Rashad's a handsome guy. So compliment.
All right, we got no sus here. You all here worried about Bad Bunny wearing dresses.
I thought you were gonna ask. I thought you were going to ask about that earlier, man.
I'm glad you said that, Jose.
Yeah. No dress. No dress was worn. Respect. Appreciate that, by the way. There's still some homosexual. Y'all seen it. Y'all seen it now.
Oh, I know you saw it.
When they dude, yeah. So did kids. That was crazy. I said, "Oh, come on, man!" I just said, "All right, this is great."
To be fair, they had a door in the way.
They had a door in the way.
Yeah, because they were behind the door open. So when they did it, you didn't see the actual.
That's funny. That's true. That's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
They covered it up,
TV14, not R. Right. Okay.
Hey, I told you it's not a family-friendly show. Who told you these damn lies?
A lot of people. Things about to die, so I can't really go into it. But y'all seen this ring stuff too? That's weird, huh? There's a ring, the ring camera.
Oh, for the dogs, yeah. Big Brother wanted to see everything that's happening on everybody's block.
I don't like that. I don't like
that. They want you to pay for it.
Yeah. The way that's marketing, right? The way they were saying it, I said, "This sounds good. It's not good. This is not good."
We're here to help you find your dogs. Bullshit.
Right. So funny, man. I saw that. I said, "Why is nobody talking about this?" Oh, interesting.
Everyone's phone's damn dying. So, all right, guys, we'll close it out because Milton's phone's about to die, and we got more go before. Milton, I know you said no show tomorrow because I believe it is your Feliz Cumpleaños way. So, birthday to you,
What did you say?
Happy birthday.
What did you say before? You said
Feliz
birthday?
Cumpleaños.
See, I need to learn a lot of Spanish. Thank you.
This man lived in Texas all his life. He don't know one damn Spanish word.
Thank you. I got you. Hold on. Gracias. You're welcome.
Except for no.
I got nothing.
That's one thing. Yeah, nothing, right? Just happy to be here. I think Alex is coming back, but his internet says no, so we'll see. But I mean, any final words, Millie, before you head out, Super Bowl champ?
Thanks for being here, dude. Thank you for being here, man.
I just want to say thank you for inviting me, guys. I love coming on this show. I actually think, like Alex, your Bears, man, they scare me. You guys are going to have a great year. I'm a believer in Caleb Williams. I was wrong after year one. And the Patriots, man, I think you guys are going to be great too. So it's the end of one year, and we're on to another. I'm not ready for baseball yet, even though I'm a Mariners fan, and we did pretty good last year. But it's just sad that we're at the end of the road. But thank you guys for letting me come on. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate being on here, man. I mean, obviously, said win or lose, hope we're all on. And, fuck it. Me and Milton got to eat crow. We got to take the L's. But damn it, we'll celebrate your victory nonetheless. It was good shit. Yeah. If we lost to anybody, it's a team that I've been placing number one in my power rankings for the last 10 weeks. So
for sure,
I'm good with that. I'm good with
that.
So,
appreciate it.
As long as it's not the Giants, we're good, dude. Come on.
Shoot. I'm just again, if that wasn't the Rams, it would have been a lot worse, I feel. Respectfully. Alex, any final words before we close out?
Well, Dick, when I wake up, I piss excellence.
Oh gosh, Chi-Town came back.
Love it. I love the Talladega reference.
Yeah, not much, man. I'm excited about what the offseason is gonna be like, and then baseball's around the corner. So of course, I mean, I liked basketball when I was younger, but I feel like basketball has been watered down the past couple years, and it's so bad now. And we praise a guy that's 7 feet 8 feet tall and scoring over everybody.
He scored 25 points in the first quarter. What are you complaining about?
Stupid. It's the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life.
He hates his first number.
Look, you don't live here.
Milton's phone's about to die. Like we're close.
Hold on, because Milton needs to hear this.
Milton, I better hear it. I hope I can hear it. Go ahead.
Milton, go ahead. What kind of skill does it fucking take when you're 8 feet tall blocking everybody?
Not much.
Exactly. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear all this.
This sounds like short king problems. This sounds like a guy who's 5'2" who hates it.
Stupid.
Fuck it. I hear what it is. It's short king problems. That's what you're having right now.
It's short king problems. But when I played ball, I would drop 34. 40 points.
I've seen you play. That's not true.
Oh,
you got 4.
And the rec league, when I was playing point guard, trying to get everybody fed. But I personally could drop 30 points. I have.
Man, you should have dropped just your teammates because I saw them.
Now we got big Unk vibes going on right now when we're all talking about how we used to be able to hoop.
Yeah, I can't hoop no more. I have
We're
no
closing
ACL.
now because you can't hoop. You have no ACL, MCL, meniscus, and all that good shit. But guys, check out Malin with the after further review. I believe he said 9:30 Eastern time.
Yep.
If I'm not mistaken, on Wednesdays. So guys, check him out there. Obviously, you can check out Milton's People's Debate on Wednesdays, except tomorrow because it's his birthday tomorrow. So no show tomorrow. But guys, obviously, like, share, subscribe. We truly appreciate it. For Milton, for Jeff, for Alex, for Malin. I am Jose Garza. We are Puro Pinche Sports. We are out.
Later, fellas.
Awesome.